Hello everyone. So where are we at today? Late last night I ended up pulling from the press this book. I had done some work on the cover, this Nice Strange Tales number 125. It hasn't had a final press yet. We did have some color loss. I did a wash on this cover. It's really nice, clean. And I had done a staple reinforcement. This book was detached from the bottom staple and almost detached from the top staple, and as you can see, I've done some reinforcements on both of those, so it can now be opened up. We didn't catch that tear, but it's all right. We completely took the book apart. I believe, no, I was thinking we may have had to reinforce that center, but it's mainly this. And you can see the work is barely noticeable. So what are our expectations for our Marvel family? Pretty much the same thing. We're hoping for minimal, if no, color loss, and all the repairs that we did to make the book stable, you know, hopefully not detract from the overall attractiveness of the book. So like I said, I pulled this out late last night, so I went ahead and put the Marvel family into my heat press, and you can hear me open up my heat press and knocking something off. But here we go. Now I have not looked at this yet, so I just used a couple of pieces of Bristol board. I left the paper towels and the Hollytex. So let's take a look. Now there may be some stickage to this top piece, so I want to be a little bit careful. Alright, I think we got all that. A little bit of stickage, just be slow with it. And there we go. All right, well, I think one of our first objectives were met. The repairs look pretty much invisible to me. Cover's nice. It's a little weak. Hopefully we didn't have a sizing issue, but it's got a good sound to it. There's that piece that we had to put back on. Alright, so maybe a little bit of color loss at the top. I'll have to look at the beginning photos, but otherwise really nice. You know, we're not going to make this a perfect book, and it looks a little wrinkled right now. We will do a final press, of course, but I definitely don't think we've hurt this book in any way, and anything we've done has improved it. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the result here. We're going to go ahead and trim some of these areas, and we'll take a look at that. Okay, so I just put in a brand new scalpel blade, and we are going to trim off this Tengujo So always important to have a new fresh scalpel blade. Doing this by eye right now. I do have a magnifying lamp over here, but I think we can do this mainly by eye. Now this piece here, I am going to cut around where the tear is, because I don't want extra tingujo hanging out. So we're just going to be really careful and follow that tear just like that. There we go. We got this piece here on the corner. There we go. I like rotating my book around to where everything is right in front of me. And you know, it's just one of those things. If you have a good sharp scalpel and take your time, you shouldn't have any issues. Don't try to do too much at one time. Just little each step. All right, so this is one of those we've got. A little bit hanging on. There we go. There we go. And then I think we have two more. All right, it's one of those we're gonna have to be careful with. All right, now this last corner. Oops. Oh. And this corner. All right. There we go. All right, very nice. So basically the cover is done. Are we going to do anything about this rust? The staples were covering it. I have not looked at the staples since I removed them to try to do any kind of rust mitigation. Right now, I feel okay with where we're at with the cover. So we're going to move on to the inner wraps. And with that, we will see you next video.